What I want to know is, with what politician will you agree in November if they don't get off their fannies and do something?
2013 honorees of the Bayard Rustin Civil Rights Awards. Jimmy, Carol, Scott, Tracy, Cortez, Christopher, from San Diego, California.
That's right about that.
But I always say I'm a soldier. And a soldier don't care what he gets as long as he gets, just himself. And I want to thank all the people who helped me along the way when I wrote up my biography. It wasn't just me, it was always someone helping me along the way. But I will say that one thing that is on my heart, that we have a lot of different people in here tonight. Let's continue to work together because we need to get this struggle. I'm so glad marriage passed, but Voting Rights Act went down. So we got to get this thing all the way together.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
For over 3 decades, devoted his life to social justice, from his days at Stanford University and Harvard Business School of Law to his 7 years on the National Board of the HRC, to be the national co-chair of the LGBT leadership team of the 2008 presidential campaign.
I'd really like to thank you all for coming out tonight, because Bayard Rustin is an unsung hero in our community. Bayard Rustin was an openly gay Negro American in the 1940s, in the 1950s, in the 1960s. And the reason that you don't know who he is because the other part of me, the African American part of me, they said, we will let you plan the march. You can be on Life magazine with A. Philip Randolph, but your name will never be mentioned. He wrote a poem when he was young that said, basically, I don't care if men ever say my name.
My mother thanks you, my father thanks you, and I thank you. It is indeed an honor to be standing up here now, because as I sat there trying to think what to say, what came to me was a dream. Everyone has a dream. Because who would have thought that a 10-year-old girl who grew up in Brooklyn, New York, in the Brownsville Projects, who read a true romance magazine one day, because my mother didn't stop us from reading anything. All she said was, I want you to read. So I found this magazine and I read it. And they had the story of these 2 women that were loving each other. And they were doing things that I could read a little bit about, or what I had been thinking about. Which, I came from a strict home, so you couldn't go anyplace. But my mother never said you couldn't go to the library. So I went to the library and I looked up that word, lesbian. And you might say the mind is a powerful thing. The mind will protect you, because you're looking at someone that's 10, 11 years old who read that a lesbian is a mental case. And I learned the Dewey Decimal System because I knew I couldn't go to the librarian and ask her. So I had to learn that system so I could go into the health section, which was the reference section, to find out, because they referred you to that. I never stopped dreaming. I never stopped dreaming of getting out of Brooklyn, of going to Europe, of coming to California. I used to dream, and I think all little lesbians and gay males, because we have something that we don't understand when we're young, because I'm talking about being here. I came into the world. I was a love child.
And I'm not invisible. I am transgender and I am not invisible.
I love you, Mama Trans.
Say that.
Thank you. I am transgender and I am not invisible. I was 12 years old when the March on Washington happened. I knew there was a lot of excitement around my family, but something in me pushed me forward. I've lived my authentic life since I was 18 years old, and I'm 62 in 2 more weeks.
Be a Latino, you see Cesar Chavez, Aztec warriors, go to African American, see Rosencrantz. This is going to be our LGBT mural of people from the 1950s and 60s, including Mr. Rustin. The artist we should be all proud of came from San Diego, and he's Joe Phillips, and we want to give him this.
We call for a non-violent uprising with people sit